Hello viewers, welcome to RS Economy tutorial. And this one is my second video in my channel. So please do like, share and subscribe for my videos, which will be helpful for me to make more videos for you. Today my topic is the theory of consumer behavior, which states that the consumer is rational given his income and market prices of the various commodities. He plans the spending of his income so as to attain the highest possible satisfaction or utility. Basically, there are two approaches of it, and first one is cardinal utility analysis and second one is ordinal utility analysis. If we will go to understand cardinal utility analysis, then it is propounded by Alfred Marshall and his followers, and they hold that utility is measurable and can be expressed quantitatively or numerically. It has certain assumptions also. And the first one is rationality. It means the consumer seeks to maximize his satisfaction from the limited income which is at his disposal. In simple words, a consumer is said to be rational if he can get maximum satisfaction given his income. And the second assumption is utility is cardinally measurable. It means utility is numerically or quantitatively measurable. Third assumption is marginal utility of money remains constant. Before going to understand why this assumption is important, we have to understand what marginal utility is. The marginal utility is the addition made to the total utility by consuming one more unit of a good. Now come to the point why it is important. They said that if marginal utility of money changes as income increases or decreases, then the measuring rod for utility becomes inappropriate. Okay. The next assumption is diminishing marginal utility. It is also assumed that the marginal utility obtained from the consumption of a good diminishes continuously as its consumption increases. Means if we will go for consumption of a particular commodity continuously without any time interval, then a time will come when the marginal utility will diminish. Take an example. If someone will offer you 2 kg or 5 kg of sweets and said that eat this continuously, then can you? A time will come when you will vomit. Okay. Then it has some important points also. First one is cardinal utility is the utility wherein the satisfaction derived by the consumer from the consumption of goods or services can be measured numerically. The second point is it measures the utility objectively. And the third point is cardinal utility is less realistic, as quantitative measurement of utility is not possible. Remember one thing, utility never can be measurable quantitatively. Okay. Fourth point is that it is based on marginal utility analysis. Fifth point, the cardinal utility is measured in terms of utils. Means utils are the units of utility. Now come to the second analysis, that is ordinal utility analysis, or you can say indifference curve analysis. It is propounded by modern economists J.R. Hicks and Allen, who states that it is not possible for a consumer to express the satisfaction derived from a commodity in numerical terms. However, a person can compare whether goods or services provided him less or equal satisfaction, or you can say more satisfaction. This measurement of utility is qualitative one, and you can say it is based on ranking of his preferences, like first, second or third. It has certain assumptions also. Cardinal utility, it has first assumption is rationality, and the second one is utility is ordinal. Ordinal means to make rank. Okay, here the consumer has to rank his preferences. And the third one is diminishing marginal rate of substitution. Before going to understand diminishing marginal rate of substitution, we have to understand marginal rate of substitution. Marginal rate of substitution is the rate at which the consumer can substitute one good for another without changing the level of satisfaction. Means the consumer will substitute between two goods in such a way that the level of satisfaction will remain constant. Okay, and it is also the slope of indifference curve. Now come to the point, diminishing marginal rate of substitution. It states that as X is substituted for Y so as to leave the consumer on the same indifference curve, the marginal rate of substitution of X for Y diminishes. Suppose there are two commodities, apple and orange. If the consumer will increase the consumption of apples, then for getting every additional unit of apples, he gives of less and less units of orange, which is called diminishing marginal rate of substitution. Okay. And the fourth one is, or fourth assumption is consistency. If the consumer prefers combination of A good to the combination of B good, he then remains consistent in his choice. His preference during another period of time does not change. Suppose you are preferring more to apples in comparison to orange, then in next time period you should remain consistent with apple. Okay, you have to prefer more apple than orange. Okay, then another assumption is that transitivity. It means the consumer's preferences are not self-contradictory. We state that if combination of A is preferred over combination of B and combination of B preferred over combination of C, then ultimately A is preferred over C. Okay. Likewise, the sixth assumption is goods can be substitutable. Means one good can be substituted to another and our utility remains the same. Okay. It has also some important points regarding ordinal utility analysis, and ordinal utility analysis states that the satisfaction which a consumer derives from the consumption of product or services cannot be measured numerically. The only thing we can do that is to rank our preferences. And the second point is that ordinal utility is the subjective measurement. And the third point is that ordinal utility is more realistic because it is based on qualitative measurement and not quantitative. And then the point is that it is based on indifference curve analysis. Again, and the next point is that it measured in terms of ranking of references of a commodity when they can be compared to each other. Here, remember one thing. In case of ordinal utility analysis, the main thing they put emphasis is that the consumer can make comparison of his preferences on the basis of which they can make rank. Okay. Now it is over. Thanks for watching my video. and today I have discussed cardinal and ordinal utility analysis. In my next video, we will go for detailed analysis of diminishing marginal utility and equimarginal utility, which are coming under cardinal utility analysis. Thank you.